That's the top round. What's its other name?
Inside round.
Inside round. Top round,
Oh,
inside
bottom.
round. This is the scab. What does that indicate? that, that it's been dry aging, exactly. That it's been dry aging. Alright, I can throw this in there.
So the longer it dries, that thicker
Yeah.
that layer gets.
Yeah.
And can you use that layer for anything?
No. Gardening. In your neighbor's garden. And then all the dogs come over and dig his up. You're like, I don't know what happened to your roses. You gonna cut that maple tree down now?
You totally used that before.
No, my neighbors, no. I love my neighbors. They're awesome. I'm out there working on my rock wall. My neighbor comes by. He's like, "Hey, I got something for you." He comes by with a big bag of venison meat. I'm like, "Yes." Can you use it? I can use it. I already made it into salami. For free. It was free. I can't use it. Nobody eats it at my house. Like, nobody eats it at my house either until I make it into salami. And then they don't know what they're eating. What is this? It's delicious. Oh, yeah, I need it. Is this venison?
No.
Crazy? I gave that back to the neighbor. All right, now I'm going to make a cut along this edge here. Open this up. And you see what I'm doing now? I'm actually peeling the meat away. This is the knuckle, this section. I'm peeling it. That's the bone sheath, that exterior covering. See how it's coming right off? You can do that even on a leg of veal or a leg of lamb. Same thing will happen. That's far enough on that side. This animal's probably about 2 years old. It's a little bit sticky. You know what I mean? Like the bone is sticking to the meat a little bit. Which is, it's fine. It's great quality. Sometimes they'll go a lot easier than this. But the size and everything, it's really good meat. You know, when you see the really expensive Wagyu cattle, like the true Japanese Kobe beef cattle, some of those are 3 years old. Right? Why do they keep them longer? Well, no, it takes that long to reach that heavy marbling score, you know? So older, you know, sometimes the super prime, the super expensive stuff is actually a little bit older because it takes a long time to get that fat level. A lot of the stuff we see in the market today is pushed to market too soon. And it's lean. It may be big. That's because they're feeding them all this stuff and they're making them bigger. You know, they're getting oversized, but that doesn't make them better. I've seen stuff where the eye muscle is still kind of light in color, and yet the eye muscle is this big, like a full-grown strip line. And I know that animal is no more than 1.25 years old. It's too young to develop flavor. You know, you're going to see a lot of that in the market now with the price of feed the way it is. They're pushing them to market as fast as possible. All right, that's a muscle. What are you gonna do with it? Grind it. What's your fat to lean ratio for a grind? 80, 80, 20. 80, 20. 80, 20 is a good fat to lean ratio for a hamburger. 80, 20, all right? Could you go fattier? Yeah, if you like. Can you go leaner? It gets kind of dry, you know? Now we're going to peel off this. This piece is called the knuckle. Again, natural seam. See it? Just opens right up. There you go. Now, the knuckle. The knuckle has this little kneecap on the end, right? So we're going to cut that off. A bit more usable. The kneecap also has this fluid in there. Super slippery. Right? That's called synovial fluid. That's what lubricates the knee. Now your finger's going all the way. Now go around your eyes.
She warned him about her.
All right. You can take a little, put it on your elbow. Elbow grease. That's so silly. All right. But that sometimes, when there's an excessive amount of that in that joint, that can be a sign of an injury or an older animal as well. Not that you're going to see that too often. We're going to deal with it again. I'm peeling off the outside of this knuckle, and that makes it a peeled knuckle. That's how they're sold typically. This little flap here is actually part of the tri-tip. You ever hear of tri-tips before? This is where the tri-tip bumps into this gut. The tri-tip is a bigger piece, but this is a fairly tender little morsel. And we peel this outside off. And there's our peeled knuckle. What's a knuckle good for?
Roast.
Good for roast. It's got some collagen bands that run through the middle. But if you take that out, you know, the morsels that are in there are decent for steak. You know, slicing steak, an inexpensive steak. Make a steak sandwich out of it. And what would you call that?
Knuckle sandwich.
A knuckle No, but seriously, it works good. Inexpensive too. Inexpensive cut. All right, now this big thing. This is called the gooseneck. All right, this is the full bottom round. Has the bottom round flat, the eye round, and the heel. Has 3 cuts together, but they do sell it just like this as a big piece. So I'm going to divide it into those 3 cuts. First, I'm just peeling off some of these extra little pieces of muscle. You know, just because we decide to break a piece of meat down through its seams doesn't mean we always take every piece of muscle perfectly. You're typically cutting through into other muscle systems when you make one cut or another. So there's always these little end pieces and morsels that are for usable trim. Now let's take off the eye round. Trim out the outer edge.